Hey, how you doing? Just here at Los Gigantes, which is a place in Tenerife. Means the giant, I think it's about these giant cliffs here, but there's all these rock formations where you can have a swim. Have you created an identity for yourself yet? I mentioned this in a few videos where I say to create an identity and then go and live it. And it's very inspiring and very powerful because an identity is almost like your highest level goal or your highest level mission statement that defines you. It only has to be 2 or 3 sentences. You can summarize it down. So it has to be kind of high level enough that it's not restrictive, but also fairly well defined so that you can actually understand it. And what the idea is, once you've got an identity, you can then create a set of goals and how to achieve that. And for each goal, create a plan, like a list of things that need to be done for each of those goals that achieves that. And all those goals are working towards that identity. And then the way you execute on it is daily, consistently in the rituals, routines, and habits that you do every day. So it's like good habits, habits and systems. That's how every goal is achieved. But yeah, that identity is so important because it's very inspiring, because once you have it, once you create that identity, it can kind of live with you for life. You can start living by it. It's like a guiding star, like a North Star, like on the horizon that you just continuously work towards. And every time you do something every day, in terms of your habits, it helps you to create good habits to achieve that identity, to keep living that identity, keep working towards it. And if you fall into, say, a bad habit or something like this, something you shouldn't be doing, let's say you're drinking too much or whatever, it helps you to stop doing that. Because if you had a habit of drinking too much, if you were, say, not living according to your identity, and you were consistently performing bad habits, reinforcing those bad habits, then you wouldn't be living according to that identity. You wouldn't be that identity. So in order to become that identity, you have to live it every day, right? So it's very powerful. Stephen Covey talks about this in his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He talks about creating a personal mission statement. I think it's habit number 2. And to me, a personal mission statement is the same as an identity. I do this every time I create a new journal. So in many journals at the start, you create an identity. And it's very effective. It only needs to be a couple of lines, maybe 2 or 3 lines. It's almost like a visualization. It helps you to live by that identity. It's like your highest level values or virtues, if you want. Just to explain mine then, just to give you an idea. So I've always had the same kind of vision my whole life. Right from the age of about 12, I always knew I'd want to create my own thing. I'd always knew I wanted to be remembered for something. I never really wanted to have a job. I always wanted to go my own way and create my own thing. So that's like, in terms of being remembered, that's what I've done with my business, if you like. The second part of that, my identity, was to create like a legacy, kind of be remembered. And today that translates into my wish for let's call it a multi-generational family or a multi-generational legacy, in the form of a family that could almost like look up to you and live on, and maybe take some of the values that you've got and help them on their own journey so that each generation just improves. And then the third part of my identity is all about being at peace. Something that I've learned from Roberto, who lives on this island, my meditation coach, who I've been working with for about 1.5 years, helped me to realize how being at peace is just one of the most amazing things that you can wish for. So my identity then, put into 3 sentences, I want to be remembered for the products and services that I add to engineering, to create a multi-generational legacy, and to do all that whilst being at peace. So it's just those 3 lines. And those 3 lines to me mean everything, Every day I can work towards them. And I've got a set of goals, lots of different goals that I'm working towards. Some are about on my business, and I've got things that I need to do there. I've got some goals on, let's say, my health and fitness. I want to live a healthy life so that I'm the best I can be in order to achieve my identity, in order to achieve that 4 that multi-generational legacy as well, you know, and I've got goals on meditation, on how to help me be at peace. So all of my goals that I set, they all point towards those 3 sentences. And something else that I've almost got one word that could summarize those 3 sentences, and that is that I'm territorial, right? But I think that one word is not enough for an identity. It feels good to say it because I am territorial. I kind of protect my inner circle, but it's not enough of an identity. It doesn't describe enough. So you can see the balance. You don't want your identity to be absolute war and peace going on for like pages and pages of text. It can just be 2 or 3 sentences. In having just 2 or 3 sentences, well defined enough, they're easy to remember. And it helps you every time you do something, every time you make a decision, you can say to yourself, is that in accordance with my identity? Because what you want to do is create an identity and then live in accordance with that identity. So why don't you have a go at creating your identity? Or you can call it a personal mission statement. Yeah, go and create it. Go and create your identity and start living it today. Okay? Hope you like that one. Don't forget to like it and subscribe. Might have a little dip now. All right, see you all next time.